crowned prince, double prince, three crown prince, singular prince, plural prince, multi-plural prince. Do we have crown princes in Yorubaland? Let's look at it. And I'm willing to learn from other people. So I want you to comment, if you have any example where there are crown princes in Nigeria, in Yorubaland rather. I think there are actually. Because I think there's one Oba in Ondo State that after the demise of his dad, he inherited the throne. And I kind of feel I'll talk about that particular line of crown princes. I think we have, but it's not a practice across Yorubaland, having crowned princes. So yes, in England, there is what they call crowned prince. And who is a crown prince? A crown prince is a man, or a crowned princess is a man or a woman who inherits the throne at the demise of their father or mother, the king or queen. And there are certain rights crowned princes are made to go through when they are before they can be officially referred to as crowned princes. Prince Charles, as at then, who is now King Charles, had his ceremony to be called Prince of Wales. And we're not yet sure if King Charles would do the same for Prince William. Now, coming back to Yorubaland again, crowned prince. None of Oduduwa's children inherited his throne, or none of his grandchildren inherited his throne. Okonbi, his son, did not inherit the throne. Okonbi's children were made to forge their own paths, and find the ways they want to go through in life. And so I think across it has, and I think maybe that would inform why Yorubas actually, I think it's a culture that Yorubas actually do not inherit their parents' houses. Most times, Yorubaland, once you are of age, you're encouraged to go and conquer the world, in your own way, either as a woman or a man. Now, crown princes, the only Yoruba system that looks like they had crown princes, major crowned princes, was Oyo. Oyo had the Aremo of Oyo. It was, in fact, Aremo of Oyo is equal to a king. I remember as at 2009, yes, when Chief Akala, the former governor of Oyo State, the late governor of Oyo State, included the Aremo as number 4 or 5 on the list of chiefs and obas, list of obas and chiefs in Oyo State. I mean, that's to show the system in Oyo that Aremo of Oyo is equally a king, yes. In Oyo, he is entitled, the Aremo of Oyo is entitled to the same or almost the same system, or almost the same level of enjoyment or privilege that his father, the Alaafin, has or had. And that predates, before that time, that as at that time, Aremos were usually buried with their fathers. Yes. And that was what bettered the whole Okiaremo. When he didn't want to be buried, he ran to Ibadan. That's, I don't want to go into that. I'm just trying to talk about the crown prince system. And so after that Okiaremo thing and princes stopped, being buried with their fathers, the Aremo, now had to be trained out of the domain. But today, there's only one solid crowned prince system, and that is the Benin system. The Oba of Benin has a crown prince. His son is not allowed to see him again the day he is crowned king, because a king must not know his successor or must not see his successor. Benin people, you can come please and educate us more on that. But I'm talking about my limited knowledge about the Benin system. And so The son, the first son of the Oba of Benin right now, knows that he is the crown prince and he is going to inherit the throne. And that has been the only system Benin has used on its tools. Benin has made sure that every descendant, and I can say it today, that in the Benin system, which I admire, the bloodline is pure. You are the son of the king. Yoruba, in fairness, justice, and equity, thought that not only should the first sons be entitled to the throne, but even children of of princesses, children of female children, and children of other princes are the ones that have formed the ruling houses. Most of the ruling houses we have today in Yorubaland. So if the current Oni right now representing his own ruling house, a ruling house can have like 7 different families or 4 different families or 3 depending. The current Oni represents his own ruling house. By God's grace, ìrùkẹ̀rẹ̀ kábíyèsí á dókè ni. Bàtà á pẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀. Kábíyèsí á fẹ́rìgì jòbì. By the time Kábíyèsí gets to that age and he transcends and joins his ancestors in decades to come, by God's grace, that right moves away from Kábíyèsí's ruling house. Even though Kábíyèsí's ruling house has like 5 families, that ruling house has done their own part. It moves to another ruling house. So when you refer to your son as crowned prince, are you really sure your son is a crowned prince? Or double crown? No, that's not a crown prince. In fact, your son might never, none of the current Ooni of Ife's children might never be king again. In fact, it's very high that they will never be king again. Until maybe the next 100 years thereabout. Or let's say 50 years. Look at Obade Soja Aderemi. He passed in the 1980s. And it's been almost 40 years of his passing. Even over 40 years of his passing. And none of his children or grandchildren have had access to that stool. So it should be believed that one ruling house will do at least 50 years. Look at, when I mean 50 years, I mean before it comes back to them. Maybe two other ruling houses will come back and do in between those 50 years, then before it comes back. And it depends, it might never come back to them. It might never come back to them until maybe 100 years. Give yourself 70, 100 years. So the crown prince, add 70 years to the crown prince. If we're to talk about crown prince, fathers have given up their rights to their children to be kings. So how then do you truly in your heart refer to your sons across Yorubaland as crowned princes? The ruling houses have demystified the idea of crown princes. Everybody jostles for it. Crown princes don't jostle for a seat or a throne. They don't contest it. It is handed to them by privilege and on a platter of gold. So there are no crown princes in the most part of Yorubaland. Although I think in Ondo, and I think on some part of Ondo have crown princes. There's this Kabiyesi. He's currently in the university. He's in his maybe 19 or 21, thereabout now. But those kind of Ondo, they are close to Edo, so they might have similar pattern of doing things. That's my opinion. You know, I've not really researched as to what, but I've seen certain Ondo kings that inherit the throne, and it's similar to that of Benin, but Benin has a pure bloodline of crown princes. So if you're not sure that your child is going to be king, except you want to eliminate the others in front of you, there are no crown princes in major Yoruba stores. Everybody contests and everyone has a right to it. Even if you're first son, you have the last child as a baby has a right to that store. So the idea of crown princes in Yorubaland, most part of it, is not viable. Thank you.